Hello folks. Yesterday, Papa and I visited the badlands of South Dakota, and it was beautiful. But as we were leaving, just outside of the northeast entrance on State Highway 240, we discovered a Prairie Homestead museum. I was excited to see this because I had heard the story of the Homestead Act of 1862, how the government, in an effort to expand our territories and to encourage folks to take a chance on moving farther west, offered 160 acres of land to anyone who was at least 21 years of age for only a registration fee of $18. The stipulations were that you had to live on the land for 5 years, build on it, farm it, make improvements. Many were not successful, especially in areas like South Dakota. Some were, though, such as the Smith family. I was excited to see how they adapted to this land and the harsh climates. Let's tour this homestead together.
The Prairie Homestead is a real-life account of west into the South Dakota prairie. Let's meet the Browns and their neighbors at the Prairie Homestead. In December of 1908, Ed Brown signed up for his land at the land office in Chamberlain, South Dakota. Now the journey west begins.
Sears and Roebuck
Browns
and Company.
loaded their covered wagon and started out from Pierce, Nebraska, of Dakota land, and start their new life here at the Prairie Homestead.
Oh, and there's a prairie dog. Okay. This well was dug 30 feet deep by hand. Many of the wells went dry. Yeah, this is a prairie homestead in South Dakota. One of the homesteads settled by the Homestead Act of 1862, where if a person could get 160 acres of land for $18, but they had to build a house and they had to stay here for 5 years. So, and a lot of people didn't make it. I think the film said that 90% of the people who came left and went back. Ooh, prairie dogs are all over the place. Running around here. One of the common sayings by the homesteaders was that the government bet you 160 acres of land against $18 that you'll starve to death before you live on the land for 5 years. So this is Mr. and Mrs. Ed Brown, settled here in 1909. And this home was dug into the ground, which helped with temperatures, with the heat and the cold. Oh, let's see what it looks like inside. Yeah, the floors were clay, sometimes mixed with salt, and then left to harden. There's the cook stove. And you can see the earthen walls. Wow. There's a window. A small window in the side. Bedroom. A small window. Rooms partitioned off. Wall lamp. Some good sized trees holding up. They have, you can push a button and hear the history. Oh, and the newspaper on the wall. Oh, they had a piano. Sewing machine. This was an addition, an old homestead shack that they built on. You see.
Arriving late in the fall, they immediately began to build the dugout portion of their home. They started by digging out the kitchen and bedroom portion. The next
And the
step,
door.
cut down cottonwood trees from the draw.
Yeah, it said those large beams were cottonwood trees. This was the root cellar, and they've got it closed off. But it provided protection from severe storms. You can see it's underground. It says the equipment in this outhouse consisted of a Sears Roebuck catalog for toilet paper. This is their chicken coop, and it was also dug into the side of a hill to protect the chickens from severe weather. Aww. Yep. Let's see. Oh yeah. Got some eggs down there. Hey buddy, you watching me? Alright. Wagon. Okay, this was a boiler. You see, you put the wood down there in a big old tub, and there's the back vent. But you use that to scald hogs, chickens, wash blankets, whatever you need a lot of hot water for. Let's look in the barn. A Ford. There was a garage. That was the last thing that they built onto the homestead, was a garage for an old used car. This is looks like the blacksmith shop. Stock pen. I tell you have to have protection from this wind out here, because it is constant and it's hard. Okay, that's the Prairie Homestead. You can imagine living into a dugout house in the side of a hill with a clay floor. That's what they lived in. And they survived.